Days of Our Lives, DOOL. Spoilers recap for Wednesday, June 30th, reveals that Paulina Price, Jack A. Harry, was forced to tell a Miami man lie while Rafe Hernandez, Galen Gearing, attacked Duke the Bear. Eli Grant's Lamone Archie surprise was also in jeopardy thanks to Abe Carver's James Reynolds slip-up. So here's how it all went down on Wednesday's DOOL episode. In Marlena Evans' Deidre Hall office, she had to decline Abe's invitation to the surprise engagement party that Eli was planning since she had to work. The conversation eventually shifted to Abe and Paulina's new romance, so Marlena thought it'd be best for Tamara Price, Marilyn McCoo, to hear about it from Abe. In the town square on Wednesday's episode, Lenny Price Grant, Sal Stowers, pushed Paulina to come clean about whatever she was keeping from Abe. Paulina imagined confessing that her whole plan for the square was a lie, that she tricked Abe into changing the zoning and it was going to blow up in her face. "You serious? How could you do that to him?" an outraged Lanny asked. Paulina jolted back to reality and decided to deceive Lanny instead. She eventually claimed she was seeing a man in Miami before she moved to Salem, that when she returned to Miami briefly it was to break things off with him. Paulina acted like she didn't want Abe thinking she jumped from man to man, but Lanny insisted he wouldn't think that and urged her on to tell him the truth. Talk turned to the new marketplace and Paulina's suggestion that maybe they should delay it, especially since Abe had called in favors and there was so much riding on it for Chanel Dupree, Precious Way. Lanny reassured Paulina just before Abe appeared and wondered what they were talking about. That's when Lanny explained how Paulina was afraid the new marketplace would be a disappointment. Annie smiled and said she was just telling Paulina she had nothing to worry about. Abe praised Paulina's vision and how the marketplace would be his legacy as mayor. "Oh, I hadn't thought of that," Paulina said nervously. Abe also handed over Paulina's building permit that had to be posted before construction began and went in for a hug. Paulina remained nervous as she looked over Abe's shoulder. At Julie's place, Sean Brady, Brandon Beamer, met with Brady Black, Eric Martseff, who opened a bag of Kristen Damaris, Stacey Hayduke, personal effects from back when she was arrested. Brady found a picture of Rachel Black, Josephine and Rosalind May, that he wanted to keep. He also pulled out an unsettling photo of Chloe Lane, Nadia Bjorlin, with an X across it. At the Kyriakis mansion on Wednesday's episode, Philip Kyriakis, J. Kenneth Johnson, pushed to find out if he had a real chance with Chloe. They were interrupted by Belle Brady, Martha Madison, who passed along some chocolates and listened to Chloe's troubles while Philip was off getting takeout. Chloe talked about her torn heart, but Belle pointed out that Philip didn't have all the baggage Brady had. She reminded Chloe of her history with Philip and wondered if the timing was finally right to pursue something. Back at Julie's place, Philip arrived to pick up dinner and quickly got into an argument with Brady as well as Sean. Brady felt like Philip pressured Chloe into staying at the Kyriakis mansion, but Philip fired back that Chloe felt safer there and ranted about Brady's psycho ex-girlfriend. Philip said Brady blew his chance with Chloe twice, so he warned Brady to stop trying to screw up his own chance to make her happy again. Brady didn't think Philip would be the one to do that and tried to throw Philip's mistakes in his face. Sean backed Brady up before Philip went to check on his takeout and told the suckers he'd see them later. Once Philip was gone, Sean and Brady agreed they sometimes wanted to strangle that guy. After Sean urged Brady to do what he felt was right when it came to Chloe, Brady said he would once he figured out what it was. Sean exited, so Brady sat there looking at the X'd-out Chloe pic from Kristen's personal effects. Philip returned home to see that Belle had already taken off. He wondered if Chloe used Belle as a sounding board about their romance, so Chloe admitted Belle was a good listener. Although Chloe didn't want to rush things, she really liked Philip and thought maybe they could make this work. Philip was thrilled over the news and happily shared a kiss with Chloe. At Rafe's place, he brought Ada Vitale, Tamara Braun, flowers along with some supplies for her Creole dinner. Rafe also pulled out Duke the teddy bear and explained the custody agreement joke, which Ava seemed to find odd yet innocent. Ava told Duke bye and rushed off to clean up before Nicole Brady's, Ariane Zucker, arrival. Rafe began hearing a cowboy voice for Duke the bear, who taunted him about chowing down with two women, one Rafe was sleeping with and one he just might love. Duke's advice was to hightail it out of there before Rafe was in a bigger fix than he was already in. After Nicole arrived, Duke continued to make comments that only Rafe heard in his head. Rafe finally yelled at the bear to shut up and choked him, prompting some weird looks from Ava and Nicole. Once Rafe realized he needed to cover, he claimed he talked to the bear like a cop sometimes. Rafe suggested that he took out his frustrations on the bear since he was stressed about work. Later, Rafe apologized for being such a downer during dinner, but Ava and Nicole offered reassurance. After Rafe made a joke about Duke being traumatized, Nicole said the bear could sleep in her bed tonight. Rafe heard Duke's voice again as he reminded Rafe he wouldn't be alone in his own bed, though Duke did feel like Rafe had some decisions to make. Back with Lanny, she told Abe and Paulina she was planning to cook a special dinner for her anniversary with Eli. Abe said Lanny couldn't do that, so she wondered why now. After Abe stammered about how Eli would want to go out, Lanny pointed out that he preferred to stay in and watch the fireworks on TV. Paulina piped up that a romantic dinner for two could be fun before Lanny took off. Abe thought that was a close call since he nearly blew Eli's surprise, but Paulina suggested he covered like a pro. However, Abe thought Paulina was much better at keeping secrets than he was. As other days' info comes in, we'll pass along updates. Of our lives spoilers say Paulina's secret will unleash chaos at the upcoming groundbreaking, so stay tuned to DOOL. CDL will have other exciting Days of Our Lives spoilers, updates and news to check out, so make us your one-stop source. Adblock test, why?